realize how much danger you have put us in, Inspector Kang Wyan? He fiercely glared at Wyan, with his eyes showing nothing but anger and frustration towards the female in front of him, whose expression screamed clearly that she regretted nothing and feared no one. She appeared calm, but her eyes were reflecting the fire within her. "That's my job," declared in her deep voice. "What?" His brows knitted in confusion. "That's my job to deal with danger. This is what I get paid for." Her cold demeanor did not budge for even a single moment, leaving her boss more frustrated than before. "Then do it alone. By messing with that Mafia Jugum, you are putting our whole police department in danger. We have families too, and we would like to return to them in one piece." "Sounds good," approvingly nodded. Sighs. "Now what phrase from Alexis sounded good to you? I should do it alone." "Wyan, indeed, you are a great officer, and while I trust you blindly, you should know that these mafias are not to be messed with. They have the support of higher authorities as well. We can't do anything," tried to make her understand, dancing with the devil while wondering why we are still in hell. "Try to understand." Someone walked inside the room, probably a man of Jeon. Chief Inspector eyed Wyan, showing her his helpless situation, hoping that she would leave that mafia. But Wyan's unbothered, cold expressions disappointed him once again. That man came in, directly sat on the seat like a mannerless king, and gestured Chief Inspector to sit down. Wyan gave a professional salute to her boss before leaving the room to the mercy of that gangster without uttering a word. Vina entered her office and sat on her chair. She removed her cap and leaned back, resting her head on the chair. She closed her eyes, but opened them again upon hearing a cheerful voice, full of life, opposite of her nature, but still her best friend. "Hey Vine, what happened? Why do you look like you are dead?" "I always look like this. What's new?" "No, you always look like you are ready to die. But today you are looking like you died a long ago. And in about an hour you will begin to rot." Spoke everything with a bright smile on his face. "I want him." "Oh, someone is in love." Wiggled his brows, teasing her. "I will punish him with my own hands." In her own words. "Are you telling me about your..." Confused. "You are naughty." Gave her the judgmental sign. "I will give him the most brutal end." Eyes turned dark. "Oh, that turned dark real quick? Then it would become a horror story rather than a love story." His pupil dilated. "What?" Came back to the reality. "Are you sure you love him? No offense though, but if I were in love, I would not kill my lover." "But you do you." Tried his best to be a supportive best friend. "What are you talking about? I don't love anyone. I was talking about Jebam. I want to capture him and end his game." Explained with a frustrated expression. "Oh, right. I was also saying that." Avoided eye contact. "Well, the chief inspector is pressurizing on leaving this case." "Are you still going to continue? What if he reassigns your duties elsewhere?" "I'm willing to do anything to join him." Rubbed her nape while thinking. "Count me in." Smiled at her. "Missed me?" Hosok and Vine looked in his direction and were shocked to see him. Hosok gasped in horror while Vine's lips curved into a smirk. Jackson was holding a handcuffed, half unconscious, profusely bleeding Jeon. He tossed Jebum into the jail, shut the cell, turned around and proudly looked at Wine. Anything else? Approached Wine. A good hiding spot. Why? Raised his pro. The chief inspector ordered Wine to back off and leave him alone. And here you brought him half dead. How? I raided his hidden place. Half of his men ran away, but I managed to catch him. Did I effed up? Concerned about himself. I'll handle the rest. Approached the cell and Jabin. What? Flinched slightly. During the investigation, suspect Jabin did not cooperate and attacked a female police officer on duty, resulting in a police-involved shooting. As a result, both the police officer and the suspect sustained significant injuries. Tragically, the suspect died during the confrontation. Made a fake scenario. Wow, you are intelligent. But when did you get hurt? And both males flinched, gasped and ran toward Wine as she banged her head against the iron bar of the cell, making her head spin. The sound of the rod screeching on the rough road echoed in the dark alley, as did the chilling sound of boots. The man screamed as he fell after getting a hit on his legs from behind by the same man who was walking behind him, holding that iron rod. The poor man still tried to crawl away from the devil behind him. Cute. I hate cute things. Continued walking slowly behind the crawling man. The devil began whistling a lovely yet chilling melody, drowning out the man's sobs. The whistling abruptly ceased, and the gunshot echoed. Stopped crawling and laid on the spot as the devil him on his shin. Some man roughly grabbed that man who was on the floor and made him sit forcefully. Please, please let me go, Master Kim joined his hands and begged while quivering in pain and crying from fear. Guards brought the chair for their king, aka Kim. He sat on it, one leg on other, while whirling in his long fingers. You are going to die tonight, one way or another. Might as well die with some dignity. You can't beg your way out of it. His deep, cold voice announced the cruelty of his nature. He once more, but this time the bullet passed near that man's ear, leaving him deaf and terrified. When Taehyung noticed the paleness of the weeping man, he let out a low chuckle and tossed a cell phone at him, which that man instinctively caught with wide eyes. Call the police. Again loaded and pointed his at that man's head. That man complied immediately, hoping for a chance to survive. The dispatcher received the call promptly and inquired about the problem. However, Taehyung's fear prevented that man from saying anything. Smirks calmly. Tell them this location. I am present in Sadong Valley. Gulps in fear due to Taehyung's continuous dark stare. Tell them your name, ordered, shaking vigorously. I am Lim Yojin. Now tell them why I'm killing you. I tried to fly with Kim Taehyung's money. Cold sweat covered his forehead as he was saying his end. Now even police was confused about this confession. Now say, I'm going to die within next 5 minutes by the hands of Kim Taehyung. Come, save me. Whispered in a chilly tone. Eugene screamed, shook his head while trying to get away from Taehyung, who smirked and took aim while remaining seated in his chair. The police became alert, but nothing was of use this time. He and the bullet went through Eugene's body, taking out his soul alone. Only if they could save you from me. Shook his head in dismay and wiped his gun, from which a little smoke was emitting. Taehyung's men were about to clean the scene, but Taehyung stood up and stopped them. Let the cops do this. What else they are getting paid for? They can do this much for their people, right? Mocking tone. Absolutely. Got a phone call. After, Mr. Shah has invited you to the Dark House Club tomorrow night. After 5 minutes. We know exactly whose work this is, but we can't do anything, frustrated sigh. He is brave enough to proudly announce his name. What a shame for our department. Why shouldn't he be? What can we do? Clicked his tongue in annoyance. Do you know what happened to Jeon? He smirked and lifted his brow, looking proudly at Vine, who was deep in contemplation. She's new here, that's why. Let some time pass and watch her spirits die down, just like ours. And even mafias are scared of Kim Taehyung. Forget about it. Disappointingly stared at the dead body. Kim Taehyung. Let's meet soon. Stared blankly into space while clenching her jaws. Inspector Vine, salute. Huh? Came back to the reality. Came near her and whispered in her ear, we have to raid Dark House Club tomorrow night. Some extreme activities are happening there.